everybody, and welcome to another week of Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dree Let. Come on in the room, in the virtual room, and have a seat so we can talk. Let's talk. This is a show where we inform, inspire, and motivate. During these tough times, we want to get you going, get you going, get you going, get you happy, get your spirits lifted. Make sure you are informed and motivated. So come on in. I appreciate you guys so much. Every week, I recognize my virtual studio audience. I want to check in with them and see who's all coming in and watching and talking with us and taking part in the discussions. Let's see who we've got in checking in. Please list where you are checking in from. Let's see here. Yes, as always, my faithful watcher, my mommy in love. She does not miss a week. Love you. Mwah, mwah. Let's see here. Rockin' Richard Houston, the legend, always here. Yes, absolutely. Hubby, who's one of the producers, love you, babe. He's always watching. And he always says from the man cave. So that's awesome. You guys come on in the room. Hey, Carla, love you, girl. She is one of my huge supporters. Love you, girl. Love you. Come on in the room and let's talk. I see more of you coming in. I'm not going to go down this long list, but you guys come on in and have a seat. Yes, I'm so excited. So, as you guys probably know, February is Black History Month. Yes, a lot of good stuff to celebrate. Whether you're African American or you're not, celebrate with us. So, I want to share something with you guys that I thought was so cool and so unique that it just really inspired me. I hope it inspires you guys as well because it just knocked me off my feet when I came across this, and I just cannot believe it. So let me share this with you guys. So as I said, it's Black History Month. For 2021, these are the African American CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. There's only three. Right now, technically, there's four, but March 1st, one of them is stepping down. But for right now, we've got three. And I'm so proud to say Roz Brewer is the first African American woman that's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. She is going to be running Walgreens. Yes, so proud. You go, girl. So proud of her. So, you guys, make sure you support Walgreens because they support us. And again, even if you're not African American, support Walgreens because, like I said, they support us. Also, Mr. Marvin Ellison, he is CEO of Lowe's. Outstanding. As you guys probably know, Lowe's falls under the helm of the Walton Company, Walmart. So that's outstanding for him. So proud of him as well. We have Mr. Roger Ferguson Jr. He is over TIAA. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what that is the Teachers Insurance and Annuity Association. So that's huge for us. I just thought I wanted to celebrate something different. We always have the same great African Americans doing outstanding things that have invented things. But this time I wanted to do something different and just share with you guys African Americans that are doing things. So make sure you support those companies because they support us. So I'm so proud of them. Outstanding, outstanding. So and again, this is Black History Month. So, with that being said, my next guest, she is an African American woman doing things. She stepped out on faith. She stepped out and opened up her own business. She made things happen. She opened doors. Remember, we always talk about when no one gives you that opportunity, you seize it for yourself. You go after the things that you want to do and you make your dreams come true, right? So, my special guest tonight is EJ Phipps. She is the owner and operator of Top Notch Tax Service in Fayetteville, Georgia. She began her career in the income tax field in 2008 as a franchisee for a national tax company. She eventually ventured out as a sole proprietor in December 2011, launching Top Notch Tax Service. Top Notch Tax Service specializes in personal and small business income tax return. And her slogan is come and get your money. I love it. Everybody, please welcome to the virtual stage, Miss EJ Phipps. Let's bring her on in. Absolutely. Hey, lady. How are
Hello.
you?
Hi. You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Right.
Welcome to
Right.
Let's Talk, girl. So, are you staying safe, washing your hands, wearing your mask, and standing 6 feet apart?
Definitely. Definitely.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you for coming on Let's Talk. I want to highlight an African American business, and I just can be prouder to have you on to inform us of what to expect this income tax season. Last year was a mess, so much going on, and I'm sure the viewers have so many questions about this, income tax season that we've got going. So, girl, I just want to know. I ask everybody this, right? What
hmm
made what made you decide to become an income tax preparer?
Okay. Well, the short answer is that I got an email from Liberty Tax Service, like a solicitation type email. And I responded to it and went to their information session. And it started from there. But actually, like a family friend, like years before that, he had suggested that I, venture into income tax. And I was always like hesitant. I was like, I can't do taxes. I can't do it. And he was like, you can, you can do it. And I hesitated until I got the email from Liberty and I took, a trip to Virginia Beach and went to their information session and it started from there in
Oh my goodness.
2000, like 2007, 2008. I must have went in 2007 and then opened up in 2008. But
Oh,
yeah.
that's
hmm
awesome. And so you learned under them, and then you got up the courage to step out on your own. Oh my goodness. What do you enjoy most about doing taxes? I always think about taxes as all these numbers and crunching and
The people are awesome. I mean, like some of my clients have been with me since I've been with Liberty. So they remember me from, many moons ago when I wasn't a mom and, it was just, they remember me and I remember them. Like I've watched their kids grow up and they watched mine, so it becomes a real familiar type of relationship that we have. Like I've had the same cell phone number since then. So they call me, they just keep up with me. So it's really the people that I enjoy most. I mean, it's almost like when my clients come, we talk about our lives, about our kids, about our spouses, about everything. I mean, so it's therapeutic. It's like I'm almost, they kind of they help me and I help them. Like I said, we sit there for hours sometimes just talking. So I really enjoy, talking to people. I like talking and it just flows. So that's a big thing I like about it. And I love it when I can get them some money that they may not have been expecting and they do like a happy dance at my desk and it's so funny to me because it's unexpected, like I literally see people like dancing, you know, in front of me and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So it's always good when people are really happy about, what I've been able to provide for them as a service and I'm just doing my job.
that's wonderful. And you just glow and you just smile and beam when you talk about it. So I think that's wonderful. You're doing something that you love and you're
Right.
helping people. Oh, that's wonderful.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my next question would be if you had 5 things to consider and look out for this tax season, what would they be? What would you tell your clients?
Okay. So yeah, I had to take notes on this one because this year has been quite different with, the legislation that's passed to help, different people. So I would definitely some of it is always the same. Like you need to always wait on all your tax documents. I have people all the time, they're in a rush to file. So they're like, well, I have 5 W-2s, but I got two. Like I'm ready to go. And it's like, no, you need all of them because it may help you. You never know. And I had a couple of people like that. They were waiting on the unemployment. They didn't, the form from unemployment, they didn't want to wait. And I encouraged them to wait. I was very persistent. Sometimes, I try to let them tell me, but I was like, no, wait on your forms. And the first couple of people who did that, it helped their refund. It was surprising to me. Like, I thought it was going to be, a different situation. But when they waited on their forms, because they had paid federal taxes on their unemployment, their refund went up. So it was like, I'm glad I told you to wait. So always wait on all your tax documents, because they will find out. The IRS, when I say they, the IRS will find out, because everything is reported to them. So you'll just get a nice letter in a year or so saying, hey, you underreported your income. And so now, it's usually not in their favor when they get that letter. So I always wait on your tax documents. The look back credit this year is awesome, because a lot of people were unemployed. So they got they got a large amount of unemployment, like over $15,000, $20,000 worth of unemployment. Usually that hurts you, but because they passed the look back credit, you can use your 2019 earned income if it was higher. So if you work more in 2019, and that's a good thing, because you need earned income to qualify for the earned income credit. So if you didn't work in 2020 and you got a large amount of unemployment, the look back credit allows you to use your income from 2019 in 2020, and it'll help your refund if it was higher and this year was lower. So that's a great credit. I've seen people go from like jumping like $3,000 in their refund amount, like once I looked at their 2019. So that's an awesome, awesome, awesome credit to have, because
Yeah.
usually it will make your unemployment will make your refund go down.
Mm.
Um, Also, if you took money out of your 401k this past tax year, you can, instead of it being taxed all in one year, it'll be spread out over 3 years. And that's a great thing as well, because most people are, doing early distributions from their 401k. So they recognize that people took money out because, COVID, coronavirus, they needed extra income. So they're allowing you 3 years to spread that out. That's an awesome thing as well. So you'll still pay taxes on it, but you won't be penalized as heavily in 1 year. And I've seen that, so these laws that they're passing are really here, I feel like, to help us, to help people who were having financial difficulties. Sorry, I'm trying to get it right. Financial difficulties this past 2020. I would also say keep all of your documentation in case of an audit. That's any year. If you have a small business, you're writing off expenses or any of that sort of thing, keep all of your documentation, because when they come and want it, it's going to be hard to, fabricate it to make it appear. So if you have it, or if you're reporting it on your taxes, definitely keep your documentation. And that's always, 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 always. And if you didn't get your stimulus, a lot of people were stressed out about the stimulus. Like, they may have gotten the first one, didn't get the second one. I had to tell people to be patient about that as well. And some of my clients, they were really stressing out in January, like, I'm ready to file. They're going to run out of money. I didn't get my stimulus. And then they got their stimulus. But if you are one of those people who did not get a stimulus, either the first or the second one, you can file for it on this tax return. And that's a great thing too,
Wow.
because I've seen people who only were getting a couple of $100s back, and because they didn't get the first one or the second one, that's another $1,800 that they're getting added onto their tax refund. I just did one like that today, like literally. And I was like, so this is a blessing that you didn't get it, because now you're getting almost $2,000 back.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah.
oh my goodness,
Mhm.
girl. That's good information to know. And that's what I see everybody in the
Yeah.
comments saying, great to know. So,
Mhm.
so help me understand, what is earned income credit? What's that about?
Okay, so earned income credit is the credit for low to moderate income taxpayers who have a dependent, which is usually a child or a disabled adult. And so you will get a credit if you have earned income. Unemployment is not considered earned income. Again, like I said, that's been a hindrance in every year, because you have to look at earned income as I went outside of my house and earned money, or I was self-employed and earned money.
Okay.
Unearned income is Social Security, unemployment, things of that nature. You didn't have to do anything to get the money, it came automatically. So the earned income credit is there to help people who, like I said, who have a dependent, either a child or a disabled adult, that they are providing more than half of their support for. And, that's usually where people see the big refunds, if they're, under a certain income limit, usually like 30 something thousand. So you have to earn income. So a lot of people get that confused. Like, well, some people think, well, I have a child, so I'm just automatically entitled to thousands of dollars. It doesn't work that way. You have to earn some money and then they will give you a earned income credit. If you don't earn anything, or if you earn very low, your refund is low, no matter how many children you have. You can have 3 children, you earn $4,000, your refund is going to be about $2,000 because you haven't earned enough to get the maximum earned income credit.
Mm,
So that's what that is.
that's so interesting. I never knew that. Wow, you girl, you breaking this down. So knowledgeable. I love it. So would someone be able to get both stimulus payments when they file their taxes? You talked about that earlier, but would they be able to get
Yes.
both? Okay.
Yes, definitely. Just answer the either, if you're paying your tax preparer, definitely let that person know, hey, I did not get them. And so we have to, probably check a box on the, on the software. Or if you're doing it yourself, make sure you just answer that question. It should be on my software. It asks, did you, how much was the first one? How much was the second? Check here if you didn't get either, and it'll calculate it for you. It's very simple. It should be standard in any software, any tax software that you use. So yes, you definitely can get it, and you
Now,
can file for it now, which is great because a lot of people were confused about it, the first one, and this one. So I'm glad that they made it available. Sorry, they made it available on this tax software.
that's awesome. I love that. Okay. And so you talked about unemployment. So definitely those that were unemployed, make sure you file it on your unemployment. You talked about that. So this is the question of the day. So, during the pandemic, a lot of companies sent people home to work from home. So with
Mhm.
everybody working from home, will people be able to write off like their utilities, their water, their heat, their AC, all that from working at home? Because I know these companies saved a tons of money sending everybody home.
And you know what? That's a good point, that the companies are saving some money by having people work at home. And it really should be something given to employees as a credit. I mean, I don't know how we can make that a law, but you're right. They are saving money, and maybe the individual companies should, compensate their employees. But unfortunately, right now, the IRS has not made any kind of concession for people working from home. They never really have. I mean, like, even I remember some of my clients used to be like, well, I drive, from here to there to go to work. And I'm like, well, that's called commuting. It's not mileage, they don't really, care that you drive an hour away to work, like, so it's really nothing. But what I would say, if you are an employee and you've been contemplating starting a business, a home-based business, this is the time to do it, because um, what will happen, depending on how much money you make, or if you have a loss, it may offset some of the taxable income that you have as an employee. And that's always been a law as well. But a lot of people have started businesses, during this pandemic. A lot of people have found their creative mojo, and they're doing all sorts of things that they never thought they would do. I'm cooking more than I ever thought I would do. I'm like, I'm not making money off of it, but I'm like, Jesus, I'm cooking a lot, so, you just never know, what you're inspired to do. So if
Mhm.
you are inspired to, start a business, go ahead and do that. And like I said, keep up with your documentation, because then you can write off a part of your house, a part of your utilities, because you have a home-based business. So,
Okay.
you know, but that's always been there. But, like I said, a lot of people have started, a lot of businesses from home. So that's the silver lining in that cloud that, you know, you can actually write off those expenses.
That is awesome
Hmm.
to know. Y'all heard that right? She said, "This is the time to do it." This is
Yeah,
the time.
definitely.
So if there were anything that you would tell your client, well, let me ask you this before I get to that question. Now, I know
Hmm.
you're in Fayetteville, so if somebody out in Texas or Vegas or California, can you do income taxes from all cities and states from Fayetteville?
Definitely, definitely. I've always, and that's funny. I've always had a virtual aspect to my business, because when I started Top Notch, my partner, he's from California, and well, and so he's from California, so a lot of my clients were in California, and I have some, in North Carolina, Florida. So I've always had a virtual aspect, but this year the software company that I'm using, I have an app, and I'm so excited about that. So I'm always I'm like, go to the app, go to the app. And some people are, they resist it because technology scares me, it scares them, but I'm just like, just try it, just try it for me. And so they're doing it, and I'm proud of them for trying it. So I have an app that I've been texting to my clients even here in Georgia because I haven't been really in the office. And so the virtual aspect has always been there, but it's definitely there now. Definitely. Yeah,
That's
so they
all.
can I can send my download the app, and they can upload their documents, their ID, and it's perfect for me because I always used to have people text me, and then my cell phone would die or something like that, and the information was there. But now that I have the app, it's like I have a perfect storage place for it, so it's great. I like it. I hate that I don't see my clients as much, but they call me and we talk, and some of them are my Facebook friends and they comment on my posts. So we keep in contact as much as possible.
That's good, and you got to stay safe. So I totally get it. So
Hmm.
if there was anything that you wanted to tell your clients or potential clients, right? Because we got several viewers watch from all states. I think it's up to 30 states now in 2 different countries. So if you wanted to share something with Americans in this regard, what would you share with them as far as income tax filing and all that's concerned?
Mm. I would just say, definitely, reach out. If you have questions, I don't mind answering questions. Most people don't. And a lot of people go into the Facebook groups and, they have questions, and I peek in, and, sometimes I answer questions as well. So I'm always here as a resource. I don't mind answering questions, and I like that I want my clients to be informed. Like, I don't I don't like to do taxes and just tell you, hey, you're getting back $1,000. Like, I want you to understand, why especially if you came from another tax preparer. I want to look at your last year tax return, and make sure you really understand what happened, because I find that a lot of people don't do that. They just do your taxes. They may not explain it. Maybe they don't know how to, but I definitely try to educate my clients as much as possible because it makes it easier for me. Like, I had a lady this year, and I told her, I said, well, you owe the state. She worked in Georgia but lives in Alabama, or vice versa, but she owes both of those states. And so she was like, I told her, I said, like for instance, she owed Alabama $1,200. And I told her, she was like, well, EJ, I can't pay, taxes during the year. I would be homeless, and I understand that. I've been in that place. I've worked for, a company, and I felt like I couldn't pay taxes, so I went exempt. And then at the end of the year, I was looking crazy because I owe. You see what I'm saying? So I explained it to her, and I said, listen, $1,200 is like $100 a month out of your check. Okay. So if you get paid twice, it's like $50, each pay period. That's just enough so you don't owe them. Like, if you can really wrap your head around the numbers, and she was like, thank you for explaining that to me. Like, now I get it, so at least you understand, because sometimes people take advice from Joe Blow, and everybody's situation is not the same, and I learned that filing my taxes back in the day. Like, my friends would be getting big refunds, and I'm like, well, why I'm not getting a big refund? I want to go to your tax preparer. So I went to the same tax preparer, and he came up with the same numbers I did. And I'm like, well, why? I thought it was magic. And he was like, no, this is what it is. It's like, you don't have what they have going on. And so I
Mhm.
always tell people, compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Like, don't just assume because EJ did this and EJ got that I'm gonna get the same thing. It doesn't work that way. So that's always my mantra every year, is to really understand your situation.
Mhm.
Don't compare it to your sister, your cousin, your neighbor. It's what's going
Definitely.
on with you.
Yes. And y'all, she has
Mhm.
a degree in finance from West Georgia, so she definitely knows
Mhm.
what she's talking about. She know how to break it down. Let me
Yeah.
look and see what the audience. You guys have any questions? Oh my goodness, a lot of comments here. Let's see here. You guys fill the questions in for her. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Oh, somebody said their utilities are much higher now from working at home. Yes, yes. Oh, our
Mhm.
mutual friend, Miss Tammy, my soror, she said, "What's the earned income credit amount per dependent?" Ooh,
Tell Tammy. Luckily I have the IRS website up, because that's another apples to apples type of question. Because again, if I earn $20,000 and you earn $40,000, we both could have two children. So the maximum for two children is 5,920. But because I earn less than you, my refund is going to be higher than yours, because our income credit is a bell curve. So as your income goes up, at some point, the refund is going to come down. So that's why I say you can't compare, you know, like, well, she got this and he got that.
mhm,
You know, it has to be the exact same. So it's a maximum amount, and they, increase it every year. So for three or more children, it's $6,660. And for one child, it's $3,584. And you can also get it if you don't have any children, but your income has to be very low, like $8,000-9,000. And it's small. You get like $538. But again, if your income is higher, you may come out of the earned income credit. So you have to really just look at your own situation, and you may not get the max. You may not qualify for the max because of that income, you
wow.
know.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Okay, here. Somebody said they had to use 100% of their internet. They had to increase their data plan. Yes. Somebody said, what about charitable contributions? Is there a cap on what you can write off? That's a good
Okay.
question.
So I don't know if it wasn't last year. It might have been a couple of years ago. I was just telling somebody else that Um, somebody said, did Trump do it? And I think it was done during his administration. It was done. So I'm not going to blame him totally, but I'm going to say it was done during his administration, that the itemized deductions, the standard deduction for single head of household, all of that changed. They raised it. So at first it
Mhm,
was like, oh, this is great. We're going to get more money. And I think everybody kind of remembers the shock when they started seeing, like, they started taking out less taxes on your check.
mhm,
But when they went to file their income tax return, their refund had dropped a lot lower. And so it's harder now to itemize. That's what this person is asking about. Charitable contributions used to be on, it is on Schedule A, but they've made those standard deductions. So it's standard deduction versus itemized deduction. And because they raised the standard deduction, it's harder to itemize. You need more itemized deductions. You need
mhm,
more charitable contributions. So this year, they gave us a $300 write off that you don't have to have on a Schedule A. That's where itemized deductions go. This is all tax stuff. I don't know if you guys, like, if it's boring. I'm sorry, but okay. So the itemized deductions go on Schedule A. So they changed it again, and they gave us $300 max that you don't have to put on the Schedule A. It can go on the first page of your 1040. Now that's new for this year. But honestly, that $300, I've seen it just make people go up like $40 on their refund. I
mhm,
mean, it's not a lot,
mhm,
but I guess it's better than nothing,
mhm.
because like I said, they've made it harder to itemize our deductions. So They gave us that little teeny weeny break, but it's only about $40 that, it increases your bottom line. So if you don't have like high medical deductions, your mortgage interest, remember, it used to be a time when the interest rates on your house were so high that,
Mhm.
you would get your mortgage interest statement and it'd be $13,000. So it would help you, but they lowered the interest rate. So even that's harder. So you really have to, pull some out the air really,
Yeah,
really to have enough
absolutely.
itemized deductions. I mean, really,
Wow.
it's a struggle, even if you're a homeowner, to have enough to, qualify for it. So, you just have to look at it on a case by case basis.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
all I can say with it. Hmm.
And the bottom line is this. I mean, you know what you're talking about, definitely. And that's the key to it, is to go to somebody that knows the laws and the changes. Don't just go to your sister, cousin, uncle, brother down the street.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you sharing that with everybody. You guys got any other questions while we have her? As I was saying earlier, it's Black History Month. She is an African American business owner. You guys have to support her. EJ, please tell everybody how they can follow you if they want to get in touch with you, hit you up for questions or your services.
Okay, sure. So my telephone number, I see it scrolling at the bottom, is 404-246-3003. You can call me or text me. I also have a Facebook page, and it's Top Notch Tax Service. You'll see a TNT logo. I'm sorry, I don't have a flash of it. And I'm on IG, but I just kind of post things on there. I don't really answer questions. People don't really send me questions on there, but you can always text me, or on my Facebook page, send me a message. And but my phone number is probably the best way to get in contact with me. So I
Oh,
have no problem with that.
oh my
Yeah.
girl, you know your stuff. You definitely know your
Oh,
stuff.
thank you.
I'm
It's
so
been a long time. It's been a long time. I have to. It's been a long time. 2008.
oh yeah.
This is look. This is the longest job I've ever had.
And I admire you just for the simple fact that you have to stay on top of the laws and get
Mhm.
certifications and classes, and oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely hit her up, call her, and check her out. Like I said, Black History Month, we have to support our own. So girl, I thank you for coming on Let's Talk.
Thank
I'm
you.
that you came on. You welcome here
Thank you for the
anytime.
invitation. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it. I
Oh,
appreciate it. It's a pleasure working with you. You are awesome.
oh,
I'm really impressed. I am. I am. I am. Yeah, I am.
oh,
So I'm gonna blow you up because that's how I am. I try to,
oh.
support other entrepreneurs. I'm real big on that. So, anything I can do to, help support your podcast and tell other people about it, I definitely will. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah.
you. Will you
Yeah. Much
stay safe?
success.
Thank you so much. Thank you, girl. Will you stay safe
Okay.
out there? Wear your mask, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart.
You're a good infomercial. You got it down. Okay, I will. I
I'll,
promise.
I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay, take
Bye
care.
bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye
you guys.
bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh my gosh, she is a wealth of knowledge, you guys. Oh wow, she knew her stuff like just boom, 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 boom. And when it comes to numbers and taxes, I'm like, So you guys definitely support her. We have to support our African American sisters and brothers, definitely, especially during Black History Month, right? Right. Okay, so you guys, as we close out the show, I always leave you guys with a positive thought. And I came across this. I thought it was really, really good. So whatever you're going through, if it's the pandemic, a job, or maybe you have a job, maybe you bought a house, maybe life is going great, but you had a bad day today. Who knows? But this can definitely apply, and no matter what you're dealing with. And it says, quote, you must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it. I got to repeat that again, okay? You must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it. And that's by the great motivational speaker, Mr. Les Brown. You guys put that into practice. Don't let nothing get you down. Stay focused. Keep pushing. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Definitely. And what I want you guys to do, as I tell you always, do something nice for someone each day. A nice gesture. Open a door. Say, oh, your hair is pretty. pretty, or how are you? Speak. If you can smile, I know the masks are different, but people can see it in your eyes. Whatever, do something nice. And if you do something nice for one person every day, you will impact 365 lives. So we definitely got to do that. And wear your mask, please, please, please wear your mask. I know we're coming out of this pandemic, but wear your mask, wash your hands, stand 6 feet apart, and be safe. And if nobody has told you that they love you, know that I love you. And so until we see each other again, you guys have a safe, blessed weekend. And with that, I'm out.